Welcome to Thrive Over 40, the podcast for busy moms navigating midlife changes who are ready to feel energized, balanced, and like themselves again. I'm Amanda Mitchell, Ayurvedic wellness mentor and coach, and I help busy women over 40 improve their wellness naturally through simple, sustainable lifestyle shifts that actually fit into your real life. From stress support and self-care to holistic wellness, Ayurveda, nervous system support, and healthy habits for midlife women, this podcast is designed to help you feel better without overwhelm. If you're exhausted from trying complicated wellness routines and looking for realistic ways to support your body, mind, and hormones at home, you're in the right place. Around here, we focus on small intentional changes that create lasting transformation from the inside out. So grab your tea, get cozy, and let's thrive over 40 together. Welcome back to Thrive Over 40. I'm Amanda. I help busy moms in midlife uplevel their wellness at home with simple shifts that create lasting change through the wisdom of Ayurveda. And today we're talking about something that happened to me on my way home from the gym that completely changed the direction of this week's podcast episode. I live in a rural area, and this time of year there's farm equipment everywhere. And if you live in a farming community, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I was driving home from the gym and came up behind this huge piece of farm equipment moving slowly down the road. There was a car directly behind it, then a truck, then me. We came to a passing zone, and the car in front had plenty of opportunity to go around the equipment, but they just sat there. So the truck ran around the both of them. Then it was a no passing zone. Cue more impatience from me. And then there was a wide open space to pass, and the car in front of me wasn't moving. So I pulled out to pass. And wouldn't you know it, the exact moment I did, the car in front finally decided to go around the farm equipment too. So I backed off and I waited, and I kind of threw my hands up like, well, let's go then. And the driver finally got around the equipment, but was still driving incredibly slowly. And at that point, I had enough room to pass both the farm equipment and her at the same time. And as I was passing, she flipped me off. Now I'm going to be real here. My first reaction was not enlightenment. My first reaction was definitely not compassion. And my first reaction was not, may you be happy and healthy. My first reaction was, I flipped her off right back. Now, looking back, the healed version of me probably would have smiled and waved, maybe even wished her a good day, or maybe just kept driving and never thought about it again, but that's not what happened. And after it was over, I sat there asking myself, why am I so mad? Why is this bothering me? I didn't do anything wrong. Why am I carrying this around? And that's where the lesson began. Because the truth is, most of us think healing means becoming someone who never gets angry, someone who never gets triggered, someone who always responds perfectly. But that's not healing. Healing isn't perfection. Healing is awareness. And the fact that I noticed my reaction is the important part. 10 years ago, I would have reacted and then spent the rest of the day telling everyone about how rude that woman was that flipped me off. I would have replayed the story over and over, maybe even gotten home and complained about it. Instead, I became curious. Why did this upset me? What was really happening here? And from an Ayurvedic perspective, I know exactly what was happening. My Pitta dosha entered the chat. And if you're not familiar with Ayurveda, Pitta energy is associated with fire. It's focused, driven, competitive, efficient. Pitta likes things to make sense. Pitta likes fairness. Pitta likes people to follow the rules. And when someone doesn't, the fire can turn to irritation pretty quickly. So when that woman flipped me off, it wasn't really about the gesture, maybe a little bit. It was the perceived injustice. My brain immediately went, wait a minute, you're mad at me? You're the one causing the problem here. And if you have strong pitta tendencies, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And maybe your version isn't on the highway. Maybe it's when your spouse leaves dishes in the sink. Maybe it's when your coworker takes credit for your work. Maybe it's when your teenager ignores what you just asked them to do. The trigger changes, but the pattern stays the same. And what Ayurveda teaches us is that these moments are invitations. They show us where we're still attached, where we're still reactive, where we're allowing external circumstances to determine our internal state. And that's where the deeper work begins. Because here's the truth: the woman who flipped me off wasn't the problem. My reaction wasn't even the problem. The problem was how quickly I handed over control of my peace. One person I will probably never see again affected my emotional state for the next several miles. And even talking at this podcast, it's bringing up anger. So that's worth paying attention to. And honestly, I think that this is exactly what happens to so many women in midlife. We're exhausted, overstimulated. Our hormones are changing. We're taking care of everyone else. Our nervous systems are overloaded, and suddenly the smallest thing feels huge. We snap faster. We lose patience faster. We get irritated faster. And not because we're bad people, but because our foundation is shaky. And that's why I created the Reclaim Your Radiance Foundation's journey. Most women think they need more willpower or discipline or motivation, but what they actually need is a stronger foundation. Inside Foundations, we focus on the simple daily practices that help regulate your nervous system, support digestion, improve sleep, balance energy, and reconnect with yourself. Because when your body feels supported, you don't react to life the same way. You create space between the trigger and the response. You become less reactive and more intentional. You don't become perfect, you become aware. And awareness creates a choice. Would I handle that situation differently? Maybe, maybe not. But what I do know is that I noticed it, I reflected on it, I learned from it, and that is what healing actually looks like. It's progress. It's becoming a little more conscious than you were yesterday. So this week, I want you to pay attention to what triggers you with curiosity. What is that moment trying to teach you? What pattern keeps showing up? What is your body asking you to notice? Because your reactions are often your greatest teachers. And if you're ready to build that kind of foundation, that helps you respond to life with more ease, more awareness, and more resilience. And I would love to support you inside the Reclaim Your Radiance Foundation's journey. You can find the link to that in the show notes. Thank you for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a little bit of a laugh of me stumbling over my words and also the story. And a special thank you to the lady who flipped me off today. Until next time, remember, your body is always communicating with you. The question is, are you listening? Until next time, take gentle, meaningful care of yourself. Before you go, I want to remind you that lasting wellness in midlife doesn't come from doing everything perfectly. It comes from small, supportive shifts that help you feel more like yourself again. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and start creating sustainable wellness habits that support your energy, hormones, nervous system, and overall well-being, I'd love to invite you into my Reclaim Your Radiance Foundation's journey. Inside, we focus on simple, realistic practices for busy women over 40 through weekly guidance, supportive habits, and one-on-one mentoring designed to help you feel more grounded, nourished, and radiant from the inside out. You can find all the details in the show notes. And if this episode spoke to you, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with another woman who needs this reminder too. Until next time, keep choosing yourself in the small moments because those small shifts truly add up.